data is stored in what warehouse, and from there, like if there is any transformation done on any notebooks. So just wanted to understand like how the data is flowing, and then how it's being fed to the semantic model, and then from the semantic model to all the BI reports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start kind of in the middle then, and just so we've got like at a high level, we've got several source systems, of which like the Where2 mix panel and other databases that you guys might be more familiar with and that Mateo's been working with, as well as a couple different systems from each country and all that, recording our
Right.
transactions and all that sort of behavior. We have a system in place that ingests all that in Azure, that turns it into a database, GCMI, that we've done a bunch of work on for all that transactional stuff, customer information from Salesforce, and that entire process. That database is what's getting queried to create the data sets,
Okay.
like the Where2 data set, and that feeds the report. So just all those steps happen. The one I'm most familiar with is grabbing data from GCMI into the data set using Power Query and stuff like that. That's what generates the Where2 product KPIs data set, which I think, Mateo, you're still looking at a fair bit or using. Yep. So that's already connected up to GCMI. There's some transformations there that were required to get IDs into the correct columns and stuff like that. But it's more just trying to let the different databases talk to each other.
Right.
If there are complex transformations, we would like to move them into views and database side. As for the initial ingestion step, Jamie's kind of the expert on that piece, but there's some pipelines that run. Do they run only daily, Jamie, for the GCMI pipelines?
I guess, are you mostly curious about like this specifically mix panel data?
Mixed panel data, and also the Where2 fact sales data.
Okay, so yeah. So those are kind of two different streams. Like the fact sales data, you probably don't have to worry about as much. Like that, you can kind of just take from us and be like, that's sales. Because that's kind of our like in-house sales model. And that'll have your like transactions, that'll have your turnover, that'll have all your income. That's managed by us. So you can kind of just take that as like that sales, right?
Okay.
The mix panel stuff then, I'm just actually really trying to find, anybody can help out, shout out with answers here, where the heck we actually get it. So mix panel, we get an export from them that they manage. I thought it was here. And then we load it into a database is what happens. This is all fairly old school. It ends up in a database. These are kind of what I think our goal is, that needs to be like reworked into Synapse, because this is all happening in ADF. Mateo, that's correct, isn't it? Because I know you're across some of these.
Yeah, that's the project I was working with Idowu, but unfortunately,
yeah,
he didn't get to finish it, and yeah, and even worse, he didn't left any documentation or nothing left. So
great.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So sorry, I missed a bit of part there. So we have the data sitting in the GCMI database, and then from the GCMI database, it's going to the Azure Data Factory, which we are using to ingest the data into Synapse to do some transformations, and maybe storing the data in a data warehouse, and then finally through Synapse we are ingesting the data in Power BI directly, right? Using Power Query.
Like sort of. So we had, the end product is like our Where2 data set, right? That lives in our global corporate data sets. That is what we have, like that we have like our Where2 reporting off of. I think we all know that it's not correct in everything that it reports out of Mixpanel. Like when it says like MAUs, I don't think that's the right number that it's reporting, which is where we got to do work for. So that the end product of that data set, we'll just see. Can you still see my screen? One of mine just went blank.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
You're good. You're good.
Cool. Where is that actual data set? What is it called, Devon? Like KPIs?
Where2 product KPIs.
Okay, so there we go. So here's like that data set in our production workspace. That comes from 4 places. So we have our Melon data, our USCR win, corporate libco.
I think that might honestly be a relatively dead connection as well.
Okay.
Just kind of an artifact from before, because I think we tried to move off of that PO3 server, right?
Yes, we're trying to move off PO3. We're trying to move off PO1 as well. But that is what holds our data warehouse. That's probably just dim date and stuff. And then we have these mixed panel and where to that both live on NACR. That is here. Here's our mixed panel data. And it looks like we do have a where to database here. Right, that's the Postgres and the transform tables. So these are going to be what I'm calling like your mixed panel and where to data. These are going to both be coming through ADF. And these ones are the ones that probably need some like reworking and adjustments into Synapse. Because I don't think that they're fully kind of doing what we need them to do. Is that correct, Matteo?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, it needs a little bit of updates because, for example, currently it doesn't bring the platform flag if it's a mobile or a web transaction. And also there is another issues. For example, if you look at the report time to book at the moment, it's like, I don't know, 3 trillion minutes, some stuff like that. And yeah, so something to fix.
Yeah, so I would kind of say that's like, I would consider that like your guys' side, because you guys are kind of going to be the experts on that. Like, we don't really know how that works. You guys know how it works. You're on the team. We're here to help though, obviously, and to help out with any way we can. But like, those are going to be kind of your like platform stats, your bookings, your MAUs. Then the other piece of that comes in. So we talked about kind of these two, your mixed panel where to. This is the GCMI. So this is your Syncore shared PRD. Eventually everything should move on to that database. But if it's from GCMI, that's what we're going to kind of call like our global corporate side. So where we just put Excel, that's going to be fact sales. So that one, like, yeah, that's where like you're probably never going to touch the ETL for that. Because that one's our sales model. That's like that drives all of our like financial reporting. You just don't need to touch it probably. Like, we're here to answer any questions about it, any interpretations you need of it. But ETL, that one you don't really need to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
We handle that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So on the mixed panel and where to side, these are kind of where you're gonna have to like refresh myself of where these happen, because the output is on the server. Where to a mixed panel. Do you have access to these already?
I don't have yet. I'm still working to get the access for the VPN, and then finally getting my IP address whitelisted. So I'm still,
Fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
Fun stuff.
I think that these happen in our ADF server. So I can see we have a mixed panel. I have to think of where to Postgres. Oh, okay. Look at that. It's labeled. Crazy. Genius.
So I believe there might be, okay.
Yeah, so where to and mixed panel happen through here. So if we look at the where to Postgres, I think where to we actually receive on the lake. I don't remember where though. Okay, so here's where mixed panel gets staged. Where is that where to Postgres though? Data?
By the way, while you are looking for this, Jamie, can we get access to the old servers with JCar just for the sake to be able to access the query editor and to see what's happening? Because right now, for example, I have access to the P01, but not to the PO3, and that's the one that you mentioned that has Melon data. Yeah, it would be good for.
Oh, the URC, the PO3. I honestly don't know what's on there, but it's probably just gonna be an ETS ticket.
So yeah, it is very important. I mean, one of the tables that creates that use that as a source is one called client bank, something like that within the data set, and it's very important to calculate stuff at a user level. So yeah, it will be good to have access to that.
Yeah, so that'll just be an ETS ticket. I don't think we
What are
grant
you
that one.
using the client bank to calculate that you need it
it's
for?
like if you go to the, well, we can talk. Do you want to talk this right now? For me, it's
Just really quick while he's digging. Because I'm in the where to product KPIs data set. I just can't remember where the client bank data is used, and if like the goal is to not use client bank data if we can avoid it.
Okay, so if you look at the page called client booking behavior, there is a table, for example, in the bottom left corner.
Okay, no, I meant in the. Okay, hold on. Wrong thing I've got open. Just a second.
Okay, no worries. The measure is called travelers, and that uses stuff from the client bank.
Okay.
Let me check again.
No, that's okay. Just a second. So it's measured travelers. Just a second. So that means the only thing it's being used for is to count the number of travelers from client bank.
Right now, I don't know. That's
literally all it's doing. Is it's doing a distinct count on the column in client bank called traveler. That's it. That's literally it. That's why we were saying. Yeah. So the ideal solution would be kill that and find a better way using Mixpanel, using where to, or using transaction data to figure out how many travelers you have.
In an ideal world, it will be awesome to fully query a lot of more tables that currently are being queried from our database, because we have, I don't know if you remember, Devon, but I show you you
guys have a lot more stuff. Exactly. If you guys can create, especially if you're reporting from the perspective of the where to reporting, it would be ideal if we could get a table from Mixpanel where to that says, here's our unique travelers, and completely replace the client bank.
Yeah.
I think that would be our best solution, because you guys, that way there's an aligned perspective of what constitutes a traveler, and you're not trying to fight like, here's a traveler in Melon, and for us, we have PNRs, which are passenger name records, and that's like a unique identifier for a traveler on the invoicing side, but there's different parameters that might constitute what makes up an individual traveler for those metrics. And so it might be best to stick to the where to definitions.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, a couple of things on that. I think that currently, finally, it's being made the migration from the Postgres hosted 11 that where to uses.
Okay.
I think they are working right now. When I say right now, it's like yesterday they start working on it, and I think they stopped because something happened to migrate finally to the Azure Postgres hosted 16. So that will be a huge change. And after that, we need to create this like kind of centralized database, like a warehouse for us, because currently, if I have to make a query, I have to run a script that run a query against all of the tenants.
You've got to merge 15 tables to make a fact sales equivalent table, right?
15, like more than 5,000 stuff like yeah.
X where X is greater than 10 and should not be. I get your vibe. Yeah, I think Jamie's all too familiar with that problem with GCMI.
They're doing that in Synapse, right?
What's that, sorry?
They're moving that over into like Azure Synapse?
Yeah, and I'm not sure about that. It's Azure.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know if it will be Synapse or not. Maybe yes, maybe it's obvious. I don't know, sorry.
Okay, so if they do that, then it should just be coming up. We'll just then build it in like our Synapse pipelines to set up probably on the server on Syncore Shared, and then that's where we'll access everything. It's kind of what I'm imagining. Syncore Shared or Syncore Shared West Europe. So I might need to find where these files are. The outputs are here that come through. I honestly cannot find. If anyone knows where they are, that'd be great. They get output somewhere. I know that where to, I think, manages the output that we've just received files from them daily. But it's all currently in ADF and on the PO1 server. And then do you have access to our ADF at least? We're still waiting on that?
No, I don't have access to that as well. Who should I reach out to for the access for ADF?
Have you talked to Ankit at all yet? Ankit Kumar?
No.
Okay. I can reach out and introduce you because he's the engineering lead.
Okay.
So he's gonna know more about this than probably I do. So that'd be great.
I think that basically Shaker needs access to everything. Like,
Yeah.
not sure if he has anything right now, like GitHub, DevOps, Power BI Spaces, everything basically.
Okay. A lot of that will be in ETSD. Do you have access to? You don't have access to our DevOps yet?
Yes, I do have access to DevOps. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay, great. That's a win.
But the DevOps, yeah.
Okay, so that's a win. So we need to get you access to
Have
ADF
our
to.
DevOps. So I'm going to see if I can find the link to the wiki if he's on that, because that has most of the server names and stuff that he might need, right?
Yeah, that would be
It
great.
should, yeah.
Yeah, give me 1 second. So I don't know if you'll be able to hopefully get to this link. And then in the panel, I know it's a little bit where, let me see if I can find it because I know they're in here somewhere. I went through it all. Synapse. No, that's
Love
instructions.
this. What are you looking for?
There was instructions with servers, like it was like a get started process. But regardless, there's some documentation there if you're able to access it that can. Oh, here we go.
Actually, it just shows me page not found.
No. Okay, well, here
So maybe you don't have access.
I'm gonna cheat. Okay, tools,
Oh,
tools,
maybe I can get
tools,
you access here. You have any
servers. Okay, well, I'm gonna just give you this. Or wait, you're giving him access?
I think I can here, yeah.
Okay, if we do that, then this is the link to. No, wrong button. This is the link that has a lot of key instructions using setting up Visual Studio, setting up Git, setting up LFS, using the locks, the list of servers you need whitelisted that has all the servers, I think.
Probably this won't need Git though, because you're probably not gonna be doing any Power BI stuff.
Yeah. You don't necessarily need all of it, but at least it has the servers that you need whitelisted. Yeah, I guess
Actually,
that's all that you really need.
It doesn't get me to any of the pages.
Well,
it keeps showing me
these are the servers that it lists.
the link does not exist.
What does it pull up to? You just get not get access to anything?
You do not have access. Yeah, I don't have the access
Okay.
to view this page. Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's really the. I just put in the main part you need there for now, at least. Although, if you want to be able to see the rest of our.
So you should have access to PO1 now. Because are you in the Barcelona office right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a whitelisted IP address. So there's the try that server name.
Yeah, the problem is like I can't download any of the tools right now because I don't have the local admin access.
Okay, good.
So maybe tomorrow I will get like there will be an ID guy here, so he will help me out.
Okay, let me get please get you so DevOps access just into everything. You should have access on our server now at least. I'm just gonna add you as well into like access for a bunch of our groups. search function sucks. UCS. I guess so once you have everything, you should be able to access a lot of our stuff now. I'll message Ankit as well. I think Mateo, you're in here as well.
So did I see that only Mika and I are the direct members?
No, that was a different group. I have layers of
Okay.
groups that have just kind of developed on their own.
I thought we had a bigger team.
Okay, so now you have access to a bunch of stuff. You'll have access to the PO3 server. Let me message Ankit and see if he wants to also do kind of like an onboarding of engineering, because that's probably a good idea, as well as for the mixed panel stuff. And then you're still getting kind of set up with IT.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get like some of the applications downloaded. I can't even download those. I just got my new laptop today, so
okay.
Yeah.
Stuff happening.
But I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, stuff is happening for sure. But the purpose of this call was like just so that I can get an idea like how the data is moving from. So the main source of truth like would be these SQL servers, no, Jamie?
Yeah, these are the mixed panel aware too. It lives on this SQL server. Ideally, we're moving this over to like our Synapse, because like I said, the ETLs are in our ADF here.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the for transaction data, that GCMI server,
the GCMI,
Synapse, that's the one you're going to want to be using.
Yeah.
And that'll be so that's the source of truth we report on for a bunch of other reporting as well. It's all based on that GCMI database for all our transaction reporting and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at GCMI in here, this is where that fax sales is from. And this one, I would say more the ETL, we don't really need to worry about as much, but it's in here. So in an ideal world, we're moving from having everything in Azure Data Factory, I think. And then eventually we should have like a mixed panel aware 2 database just on SynCore shared.
I think we have a mixed panel one on there, but not a Where To one. I don't know how good the mixed panel one on there is, though. If it's been, I know there's been work on it. I think some of the stuff moved over to it, but
was that for my Doe?
Maybe.
I mean,
Mateo, when did we make this?
He started, but the numbers were never good. And also, I don't know if you remember Devon, but he doesn't. I don't know why he didn't like to follow the correct flow from the bronze, silver, gold. I don't know if you remember those codes.
Yeah, there was
we were
some
struggling.
There was some struggle there, but
yeah,
that's the if that's the case, then yeah, that's the database that needs to, or that's where the stuff should live.
Oh,
Jamie, like if I want to see these notebooks and if I want to see the pipelines, how would I do that?
Let's just give it a shot now. See what you can access. Do you want to go to adf.azure.com? So that's our ADF. Well, you probably won't work, so we need to get you into our repo.
Real quick question, Jamie, just while we're digging that up to show them. For the fax sales and GCMI tables, when do those update? Are those daily? Are those whenever stuff comes in, or?
They update multiple times a day, depending on the market. Like I think it's like a 5 a.m. run, an 8 a.m. run, and then one at like 11 or something for Australia.
And those are all PST that the times you mentioned? Roughly.
Oh, sorry, this is ADF.
Sorry to distract, just so that we.
No, good questions. GCMI daily 0500, 08, and 2230. These are probably UTC.
Yeah, okay. Does that answer some of your questions there, Shakar?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So I'm getting this screenshot. I don't have any subscription option available to me. I sent you the screenshot in the chat.
They might need to give you a.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens with the drop down on the EMEA? Is there just nothing else?
In the subscription? No. But
what
I do
about
have in the Entra ID, yeah, I do have some options. So there's New Zealand, there's Americas, and then there's where to.
Oh, I didn't know there's a where to one.
There's one that says EMEA. I think that's like for the European market.
Just a second. Let's see what the.
I think the current stuff is in FCTG Americas. You have anything in there?
Americas, okay. There is no subscriptions. Oh, well, there is, yeah. Development in Americas. So I'm gonna select Americas, and then in the name, it's still loading. For the name, what should I select for the name?
ADF Corp DS shared PRD.
Oh boy, it decided to start snowing again out here.
Where exactly are you based in, Devon?
Toronto. Well, Mississauga.
Oh, Toronto. Okay, Mississauga. Yeah. Okay. I was in Etobicoke like a couple of months ago.
It's very different right now than it was a couple months ago.
I know. I've been seeing all the stories. Okay, so I'm in here. I can see 108 pipelines. I don't know how many of them are active. But yeah, I think I'm in.
Here we go.
Okay, so these were the original where to Postgres and mixed panel ETL is. Although it looks like we do have the start of an actual where to one in Synapse, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, mixed panel. Is what we have started. This is all I do. Looks like a lot. Okay, so that's what that is. Are you able to access onto Synapse as well? I don't know if that one will work with the repo.
Can you send me the link? I will check it out.
Yeah. Yes, the web Azure Synapse, I think was the second one I sent.
Oh yeah, I see it. Let me check.
And then as well, we have stuff in the subscription there, and then Syncore shared PRD. Have you met with Grady at all? Or been in contact with him as well?
Not yet. I was still waiting for to have everything set up and then set a call with him. Yeah. But
yeah,
I
so
do have
I want to do that because I'm also actually not the engineering guy. So they might have information that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for looping you in, Jamie. You're just the expert I know.
No problem. No problem. I don't want to say anything wrong though. Like they have more ideas on the kind of future architecture and I guess how this will play out. So it'd be good to get that call set up as well. So I messaged Anke. I'm not sure if he's online yet today. But we'll get them to get something set up.
Yeah, and then in the develop side of the Synapse, what should I look at? Like which is relevant to where to and mixed panel?
In the develop side is Synapse.
Yeah, where so all the scripts are or notebooks are. Yeah.
So it looks like we have a mixed panel. We have a mixed panel ETL on there. I'm not sure how complete this is. This is what I guess Idoba was working on. Curious if this is running.
I think there's only one notebook in there. There's like 3 pipelines.
Interesting. It looks like it's running. Monthly user funnel monthly trigger.
But that's not even the pipeline it's triggering. The one you found.
Oh, that's Melon user funnel.
Oh.
What is this from? Mateo, were you aware of this one?
No, to be honest, unfortunately, I didn't have time to look at this and continue those work. I wish I could, but oh no, this stuff gets forgotten. I mean, I never get to connect to these new tables because they weren't ready. Like,
okay,
it was worse than before. So
good. I didn't even know what this like import mix panel user funnel is. Too much stuff.
If you're ever for some reason curious about the GCMI views and stuff, under develop, under SQL scripts, deployment, and GCMI, that has all the scripts for the views in there if you need to see any of them. It doesn't give you everything, but at least that way you can see some of the views that might be being used instead of the raw data. That can be helpful. I think similarly, there's views for Mixpanel that I think that's how how you can check the views. Sorry, in the existing Mixpanel database or the that are being set up. I think those were ported over. Like these ones in Synapse are the ones that are ported over from the Mixpanel ADF server, so they're roughly equivalent.
Yeah.
But that should be some important if you wanted to see that stuff. And then I'm not sure what else is in the notebooks that's important here, but those are the main things I've had to look at least.
Yeah, I think the main things are still over in ADF currently. But let's make sure you get access to DevOps. So can you access, you can get into Synapse fine?
Say that again, Jamie?
You got into Synapse all right?
Yeah, I'm in here, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you do have access to DevOps because if you're accessing everything in the repo.
He might just not have access to our DevOps organization, but he has access to the Azure DevOps, it seems.
Okay.
Because I don't have access to every team on DevOps, for example.
Okay. I'll get a ticket in anyway. So ADF is going to have your current ETLs here.
Right.
I will message Anke. We should get some time set up with yourself and Anke and Grady to kind of go over a plan for this potentially. Sorry, I don't have the information on kind of where these pull from at the moment. But the outputs for you to start looking at do come out on this PO3 server, which once you get SMS or a way to access, they're on here.
Right.
Complete with the views, not the PO3.
PO3, sorry. PO1.
PO1.
And these feed into our data set, which you also, I think, should have access to.
And can I have access to the workspaces as well on Power BI?
You should. Do you want to go to app.powerbi.com?
Yes.
I just added you to our group that just gets like basically everything.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's great. No, still don't have access to the workspaces.
Do you want to just pull up what you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna send you a screenshot.
Just share your screen.
Okay.
Right, you're in the European tenancy. So let's get a link for that one. So you can tell by that black bar across the top.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna share my screen.
Here, try this URL.
By the way, in the meantime, we wait for Grady or another data engineer to set up a meeting with Shaker and explain it and onboard into the Synapse platform. I try to find the records when that meeting happened for Ido, but because I changed my email when I moved to Madrid, I cannot access those records. So maybe I don't know if that's much to ask. If you could share any of those records, I don't know if you have access to those. The title of the meeting were those ones.
Even over here, I don't have. Let me. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah. Yes. Pull your screen.
Yeah. Can you see it?
There we go.
In
Okay.
June
So
last year.
The
The
only
workspaces,
recordings I have are the ones that I made on OneDrive.
Sugar, can you go to the top right, click on your like what account you're in? Lower and then to the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. You're saying yes, so where to? Okay, it might take a bit of time. Can you hit
It might take a
Shift
few
and
minutes,
F,
maybe. Yeah.
Shift and F5 just to refresh and check out which workspaces. I'll make sure that.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
There we go. For those, for the Power BI data sets, we do use a dev test prod for each one. The key ones that you're going to want to maybe favorite. Well, like, so each set of data sets has like at the end a tag for dev test or prod, and then we push the data sets and the reports through that. The workspaces in general that you're going to want to favorite are the global corporate data sets, all three of those. Global CT reporting, global corporate reporting. There's also global FCM reporting, but that one comes up a bit less for you guys. And those kind of cover the main workspaces you might need to go into to see stuff.
Okay, no, this is great.
Yeah, and that should get you a bit of a hand. There are a lot of reports, especially in the dev and test workspaces, that's reports and data sets that might have gotten abandoned. So like, especially if you're trying to figure out which one's being used, take a look at the, especially if you look at the app for the workspace when it comes to the reports. If you go to apps, if he's shared on our group, he should have them, right? Okay, so we've already got these two. So these are the production apps. These, if you click into one of those, it's just got all of our reports, and this is kind of what's actually getting shared out and the user interface that we're using. So if you're really wondering which reports actually getting shared, what reports are actually getting used, and you're confused, this is a good way to check what's actually getting shared out. You might have, looks like we might have some RLS issues, or that's just a filter.
Yeah, RLS issues. I just added you to the RLS.
Yeah, so that might just take a little bit to get in for you to see the data, but
yeah.
Yeah, Mateo should be able to point you into kind of everything analytics-wise that we use as well.
But you got it now. Sweet.
So I'm just filling out a request to get you into our DevOps to make sure we're set on that. And then I'm meeting with Ankit and Grady after this, so I'll get their thoughts on kind of what to do to onboard you onto everything in addition.
Right.
Okay, request is in for your DevOps access. Okay, and you should be able to poke around in DevOps, but you should have access to the tables as soon as you can get into anything on SQL.
Yeah.
Anything else top of mind we can help with this morning?
The only thing I can think of is no, that's just part of DevOps. Sweet.
Yeah, I think that's also everything from my side as well. I will definitely have more questions once I start digging more into the data and the pipelines and the scripts. But for now, I think I'm good.
Yeah, anything comes up, send us over. I'm gonna get something organized with Grady and Ankit to get you kind of on board more on the engineering side. But poke around in ADF. I would just call up IT and get like SSMS installed, because then you can get into the tables and views as well. That'll make things easier. And then do you have Power BI desktop installed as well?
Not yet.
Okay, I'd probably grab that because then you can also just get into the actual mix panel, the where to KPIs data set and start kind of playing around with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I will also note that if you use Visual Studio Code, I've really enjoyed the database extension. It connects really easily and works really well with the Synapse stuff. Just in case you haven't had to use it before.
Yeah, no, actually, I prefer to use that.
Yeah, no. Well, in good news, it works great. That's what I've been doing lately. Now that I've been in there, so yeah, sweet. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Sorry about the delay yesterday, but
no worries at all.
And yeah, as ever, if you got any more questions, I'll do my best to help out. And look forward to talking to you guys some more soon.
Yeah, anything comes up, just send it over. I'll probably talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much,
Take
David.
See ya.
Bye.
Have a nice afternoon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Have a nice day.